Hey guys, you're watching because you want and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. Today, we're going to be doing a subscriber or viewer suggested build. A few episodes ago, I mentioned if you guys have any mini game or ride or roller coaster or PvP game that you think would be good on our world, then just leave it down in the comment section below. A bunch of you came up with ideas and sent them in, and I added a ton of them to the list. So now that you guys know that suggestions that you guys make actually do get added to the world, you might have some more ideas for me in the comment section. If you do, write them down there. I'll always have a look. But one of the ones that were very, very interesting to me, difficult but interesting to me, was the idea of doing a Donkey Kong game. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of Donkey Kong, if not all of you. But if you haven't, the basic premise of the game is that there's a gorilla at the top, and he throws a barrel. Okay, and this barrel sort of slowly falls, or not slowly, it rolls downhill until it gets to the end of a row, and then it drops down onto the row below, rolls the other way, drops down onto the row below, rolls the other way. You get the gist, all the way down to the bottom. Then the player has to run along, and he has to, oops, that's really fast, has to run along the bottom. He has to try and get to the top, and when a barrel comes, he has to try and jump over the moving barrel. When it works in Donkey Kong, it's very, very fun and good. In Minecraft, there's immediately some hurdles that we need to think about. For one, we don't have a barrel. This is the closest thing that I really like to a barrel. But our second problem is it doesn't roll. Even if we put it sideways, we can't roll this log along the ground. Now, Donkey Kong pretty much works on the fact that it has a rolling barrel. You know, sand and gravel, yes, is affected by gravity in the game, but we can't really use that to roll something along. So the only way that I can really think is to have like a row of pistons with our barrels in the wall, and then we would have our walkway along here, and then each barrel would come out. Obviously, if we're running this way, it would start at this end. The piston would push the barrel out, and then this one would push this barrel out while this one retracts this one. Then this one pushes this barrel out while it retracts this one, and then this, and you get the gist of it. And then hopefully we'll get the effect of the barrels sort of flowing down. However, I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do this. When you first think of it, you're like, oh yeah, that's easy. We can do that with redstone, no problem. And then you quickly find out that it's probably not going to be as simple as what we think. So today's going to be a sort of logistics episode, a working out. We're probably going to fail a lot. I'm not saying that we're going to do this first time. In fact, I'm 100% sure that we're going to fail an awful lot. But hopefully it shall teach us some things along the way. So, if we done something like this, not that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, that gives us 5 different states. And if just for the moment I light it up, as you can see, apart from those two that fired a little bit too quickly, but we got the look of a barrel rolling downhill very, very quickly. That's the only problem. We're going to have to really slow that down to begin off, to start ourselves off with. In fact, I think we might want one repeated difference each time. Something like that. Just to slow it down. Oh, I really wanted to put the delays on all of these. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to think about what we're gonna need and easy ways to do it. This is a little bit overkill at the moment. Okay, that was really good. The first one fired too quickly because we gave it like one tick and it was so quick that the piston pushed the log but didn't bring it back. But the other ones worked really, really well. Like, that was perfect. I reckon you could. It would be difficult, but I reckon you could jump over that barrel as it was rolling towards you. However, we now need to make the next set sort of roll in that way, you know, after this one, without having this many repeaters, then this many repeaters, then this many repeaters. I mean, that's the easy way to do it, and it would work, and depending on how big you want this game to be, in fact, we might even go with it. I'm not sure, but I'm guaranteed that there must be a less repeater crazy way to do it. There must be, right? So let's get rid of these. So this is an experiment episode. This isn't an episode that's going to really teach you how to do it. This is going to be an episode that is going to hopefully get there eventually, but probably isn't going to go quite to plan. So if we had those go through there, you would need a delay on this redstone line of 5 redstone repeaters, which would bring us out an awfully long way. We'd have to go 5. Well, we could go 5 from the start. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hide this redstone up in all manners of ways. And yes, I am well aware that there are probably much easier ways in order to solve this redstone conundrum that we've got here. In fact, for one, we could sort of curve this around a little bit. Let's try and get like one layer going though first. So if we had that there, that there. Now, when we fire this, I'm hoping that this 6th one fires right in time. It did. That's very useful. So that's going to get rid of this huge repeater section that we're going to end up otherwise having. So then this one would be there. Then this one would be like that. How long? I don't mind going up to the 4 repeaters in length. But how long do we want each level to be? Do we want... How many blocks have we got here? This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10's a good number, isn't it? 10's a pretty nice number to work with for each level. So we'll add those there. And then we want... Ooh, redstone hooked up here. But look at this. This isn't what we want. So we're going to want a repeater there and there to stop that from happening. But now we've added 2 ticks of delay there. We're going to want to take off 2 ticks of delay there. In order for that to work. And then... probably a repeater here. Redstone. Probably go redstone there. But how many delay do we need on this now? We've got 4 ticks of delay between each one. And currently, off this part, we have 4, 8, 12. Take away this, leaves us 8. Take away this, leaves us 4. Take away that, leaves us the same with 4 on the end. So now this piston will work, but then we're getting more and more complicated. We're keeping it relatively compact, but we're getting more and more complicated here. On this one, we want this to go 4 ticks after that one. So we've got... There's got to be a better way to do this, right? There's got to be a better way to do this. We're going nuts here. We're going crazy. Okay, let's go like that. That'll be neater. And we had that. That's our proper distance. That should work, right? That's much simpler. If that works... Alright, so instantly we've made stuff easier for ourselves. Wow. Okay, that's good. That's pretty compact. We could even make it a lot more compact by putting the repeaters down this edge instead. So we could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeaters is what we needed. Yeah. And then put these all on maximum delay. We can now remove this. This is compacting it down a lot more. We could go something like that. You could even get rid of that. Oh, no, we don't want to get rid of that one. Yeah, no, that's good. That's even more compact. Wonderful. So we now want a clock that ticks at a certain distance. preferably a clock that we can change how quickly it ticks in order to allow us to say how often we want a barrel to come rolling down. Now, to do a clock in Minecraft, it's pretty easy. There's many ways. I'm going to use a cauldron and some water in it. Okay, and then we're going to get a comparator, which luckily I already have on me. Let's do it facing, let's move this along a bit. I'm going to do a repeat, nope, down just by one, there. Now we're going to have a comparator with a repeater, and then we can loop this in, and as you can see, we've got a clock, but this clock is going pretty fast. That means that a barrel would come down every time that this redstone lights up, but we can slow it down by changing this repeater, so now the barrel is like, now, still way too often, so let's add another repeater. Barrel. That's pretty good. But now we've got this, the amount of time that this piece of redstone is on is going to indicate how long each barrel or each log is going to be standing out for. So from here, we're going to want to put a monostable circuit between here and our system. I know it sounds complicated, but one, I'm just trying to work it out in my head as well. So if we had that, let's grab we can do a piston with a piece of sand on it. That would be fine. Piston down here with a piece of sand on top with you can do a repeater on either side. This now will give us a monostable circuit. So every time, if I done that, every time it goes through, as you can see, we've got this running every time. Now this one is just going too quickly because we've got it going through this too quickly. So if I put a repeater there, will that just solve the problem? No, that's really unfortunate. What if I delayed this out? Yeah, okay, that's great. So now you can see the barrel rolling down every level, but we've still got this going way too quick. I mean, if you're playing a Donkey Kong where like every literally quarter of a second a barrel was coming at you, it would be really difficult. So let's extend this clock. I've got a sneeze coming, so if I sneeze, it's not because I'm being rude, it's because I can't control it. Oh no, it's going. The sneeze is going away. Okay, so now we've got a much better and slower clock coming down. Let's see if I can jump this. Oh yeah! Oh, that's so cool. And then if you don't do it, you get pushed off. Oh man, so how good was I then? We stood on top of the barrel. Can you stand on top of a Donkey Kong barrel? I don't know if you can. Oops, I've never played Donkey Kong. I'm admitting to you guys here that I've never played Donkey Kong before. I haven't actually successfully cleared one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it is possible. So, we've got two options here. If you can't stand on a Donkey Kong barrel... Oh, no, we don't have two options. No, this is our only option. And we can remove the ground a little bit to make it so you fall off. That's no problem. But at the end of this, we're going to want a ladder that goes up to the next level. So I'm just using white wool for the moment as a sort of place block, but we can always change it afterwards. Now, we want enough room to be able to jump over. So we need at least really a 2-block gap. Oh yeah, look at that. In order to jump over. Now, do I hit my head? I think... Do I? I don't know if I hit my head or not. Would I prefer it to be 1 block higher? I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily necessary. Okay, so then we can have this here. And then we've got a checkpoint at each level. So we can go up here, checkpoint, have a little bit of a breather, and then go on to the next one. And this layer, obviously, we need the pistons and the logs again, but we need to start it at this side and run it towards the right, which shouldn't be a problem. I say shouldn't, but I don't say isn't. It might be, I don't know yet. We haven't tested bits of this fully yet. I think 10 pistons is a nice distance. We're making the game a nice size, but not grossly big this way. And then we obviously need to have some spot for redstone. We probably want to go out to exactly the same as what we've got here. So let's come up here, like that, and fill this in. Can I get a splash potion just to speed this up a little bit? We're not going to be able to get this finished today, but hopefully we should be able to get the logic of all the redstone done. And as far as compacting it goes, to be honest, we could always put this clock and squeeze it in to here. So this is as big as it's really going to get. We can always put the clock at the top or at the bottom. It really doesn't matter. So let's have redstone went up like this. And then went down. Nope, not there. Just went to that level, didn't it? And then we had the repeaters in here. Oops. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Facing the other way. Very, very important. My dog's barking. I apologize. Let's go up here like that. Repeaters in. Make sure we get them the opposite way. Otherwise, the barrel is going to be running away from us on this level. Now, that isn't really much of a fun game. Having to keep up with a barrel that's rolling at you. Okay, so we've got that. And then we started the redstone again. Dog, you're going to have to stay here until the end of the episode, I'm afraid. I know you want to go out and see what everyone's barking at, but it's probably nothing, and I'm not going to get out of the way. I'm sitting in the doorway. You might as well go and lay down. Go lay down. No, don't come near me. No, don't lick my hand. Help me, guys! I'm under attack of a dog. Now, we want the redstone coming up here. I'm just trying to mirror this in a backwards formation, and then we had the 5 repeaters. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this can then run straight into this. So now we've got the next setup running in the opposite direction. But where do we want? We need this to hook up to this level here, and we need to hook it up to that clock. Now that's no problem. That's no problem. We don't even have to necessarily come off the same track. In fact, let's go 1 block wider here, like this, down here. And then if I come off here with a 2-tick delay to get us around that problem that we had a second ago, that isn't going to reach us all the way, though, is it? That's the problem. If I done that there and take that away. Now, let's just double check with this log. We need to run it a couple of times. No, that log is staying out at the end. So to solve that, we ended up putting a delay of 2 on one of the pistons, didn't we? Yeah, okay, that should solve the problem. Now, how does it look like at the front? We really want it to roll down and then pop out at the bottom there. It's so close. I want it to roll and then start there. In fact, including the full, if you imagine it, full, and then go along there. Goes along. Imagine it falling. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. And it's pretty easy. Okay, let's give it a go then. Let's try and do these 2 levels. Let's put a block at the end as a safe zone for me. Let's see if we can do this. Ow, no, I failed. Straight away. Oh, no. Oh, this has suddenly got an awful lot harder. I expect it's probably got a little bit harder due to the amount of lag that this is probably going to cause while it's running. Ugh. Oh, yeah. This is hard. Okay, I'm going to say that you can get on top of the barrels because that was hard enough as it is without having to clear the barrel completely. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm pleased with that. I think that's pretty good for logic at the first episode here. Obviously, as far as colours go, I think red will to look like the old Donkey Kong game would be good. It was sort of old red scaffolding. I'm sure we can build a monkey at the end. We might even be able to do a monkey where its arm moves to look like it's rolling down the first barrel. I don't know. Possibly. Anything's possible, I'm sure. If we struggle hard enough. But I think maybe 4 or 5 levels would be a decent and sufficient amount for us. So we can have the next level. And then the next level like this. And now how many levels will that give us in total? That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. Pretty sure that Donkey Kong finishes with Donkey Kong on the left, so I can either remove a level or I can add another level. It really doesn't matter either way. I might remove another level. I don't know, removing a level would make it... No, because we're shorter than a normal Donkey Kong level. No, I'll probably go up one more level and have it right up there. We can obviously block up the back here. We can put anything on top of these pistons so we can't no longer see the redstone. Obviously, you don't really want to be able to see the redstone there. That looks better already, doesn't it? So you can sort of see the barrel running towards you now. I like that. That's pretty good. A lot of potential. Next episode will either be carrying on with this or we'll be back at the prison. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you've got any ideas, then write them down in the comment section below for future roller coasters, mini games, all sorts. Whatever you feel that would be a good little addition to the world, then yeah, feel free to put it down there. Pretty simple redstone. Again, we'll hire the clock later on and we can tidy up the redstone once we get everything working. See you in the next episode, guys.